All right, so with that said, today's homework. Step one, if you missed the mindset call, it was super, super powerful. It was a story on Paul's grandparents, and it was just, or grandparent, the long-lost grandparent, and it was really, really powerful. I really want you guys to listen to that today, so if you haven't, if you didn't get on that, listen into that. It's usually up for about 12 hours because he does different calls during the day. So, definitely listen into that as soon as possible. It's a great, great call. And I encourage you to get on the call every day if you haven't. And the number for the call every day is under here, underneath my signature. Okay. Number two, or number one, is just download this audio. I fixed the audio. Some people were having some issues, downloading it. It was going to a capture page again. Apologize. Right-click this, and then click Save Link As if you're in Firefox. Okay, and then save it the MP3. Okay, if you click the link, it'll probably open up in a new window and take forever to load. So yeah, just right-click it and save link as. It might say save something else as if you're in like a different browser, but the bottom line is you're just saving the link. So whatever it says in your browser. Okay, and just play that in the background, repeat mode. That's kind of what I do all day long. I'll either have an audio playing in the background on a really low setting. For example, like I'll be listening to maybe a training by someone, or I'll listen to a subliminal movies like on my other screen, or I'll have some like Noah St. John stuff, Anthony Robbins stuff going in the background on repeat mode. So just runs through this all day long, and I'll just have the volume set to like really, really low, so it doesn't interfere with anything else that I'm doing. So if I'm watching another video, the other video I can hear it fine, even with this going. Okay, so I like to do that. I do audios, I do videos, I do a bunch of stuff, and I just have that running all day long. So do that. Number two, post a Craigslist ad in your local city, which is perfect because we're going to be talking about that today. And I have a link to DIN here if I'm your sponsor. If I'm not your sponsor, get with the person who is your sponsor in whatever program and get their Daily Income Network link. And that's just if you decide you want to promote on Craigslist with DIN. You absolutely do not have to. You can promote 124 direct. You can promote Empower Network direct on Craigslist. I've just found that, I get pretty good conversions with DIN on Craigslist. So it's just up to you on what you promote. If you're trying to get some numbers for 124 and stuff like that, like if you're in that accountability group, you might just want to leave with that. Get some direct marketing, direct leads directly into that. So just depends on what your goals are. And quick posting tips, I'll get into that when we get into the training. I have some training here that I did on the paid ads, so you can click that and watch that if you'd like today. Okay, then the basics. Add friends to Facebook. Don't need to cover that. This is the difference today that I want you to do. I've noticed that I haven't really been doing the whole story on Facebook, so I wanted to cover this a little bit. Personal image is something you have done fun today or in the past. That's always cool to post on your Facebook. Okay. Ask your group a question to get more interaction. So, just ask them something, just to get people answering and interacting with you. Post a past blog post that you really thought was valuable. So if you maybe did a blog post a year ago that you just absolutely love, or something that you just you really like, or something valuable that you posted in the past that maybe people haven't seen yet, or haven't seen in a while, post that. I always like to do that, post past stuff, just to kind of get things rolling. And then chat with 5 people today from your group and just find out what they're doing for marketing. Okay? Just let that, and then let the conversation go from there. Okay? Use your training that you've gone through in the past and just let the conversation start. But get to know your group members, okay? If you want to chat with more than 5, that's great. If not, then don't worry about it. Okay? But yeah, start with 5 people and work up from there. If you get any opt-in leads from your Craigslist ad, this is important, and they leave a phone number, call them. Find out what they're doing, why they're looking for an online business. Get to know them. Okay? I'm going to close that down. Get to know them a little bit. Schedule up a follow-up call to answer any questions. Get them the information they need to know to make a decision. Okay, you have the power when they opt into your list, so I want you to not waste that. And I've actually been a bad person at this, so this is why I put it there, to kind of remind me to do the same thing. When I get opt-in leads and they leave a phone number, sometimes I don't ever even call it. I'm such a big internet marketing automation background that I've kind of slacked in that area of calling my leads. And that is a huge, huge mistake. Huge, huge, huge mistake, okay? And that's one of the mistakes I've made in the past that I've realized, and the awareness, the first way to fix something is just to be aware of it, right? So I'm aware that I've actually slacked on this part and not calling my leads. And what's cool is the other day I called about 15 of my leads. Made 15 leads from my blog, 15 phone number leads. I haven't even called all of them yet. I had so many leads the last few days. But I called 15 of them, and it's amazing because the connections I made, it was phenomenal. Like, I got a 124 sign up. I had a few people, interested in it after our conversation. I had, a couple people a little bit more committed now to, the Empower Network or whatever they were promoting. It was just such a good day, just making some connections with just my blog leads, finding out who's who, and being able to help them in a way that I can. And they were all expecting my call, like not expecting it, but they were all glad that I called them. Isn't that amazing? Because I got a lead online. They put their phone number because I left that phone number field optional. This is a super secret. You leave it optional. If they leave a number, it's usually the right number, and it's they want you to call them. So I love that kind of lead, and I don't know why I haven't been calling my leads as much as I should have been. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about them when I call them. I ask them questions about what they're doing and kind of go from there. So, there's nothing super secret. I think the secret is just calling them and just finding out what's up. And because it's a blog lead, they're really, really good quality. So that's my quick little rant on that. Then leave a comment on your Facebook group when you're done. And that's pretty much the homework assignment today, or not homework, but prosperity assignment, or prosperity action step, whatever you want to call this. That's what it is today. I'll give you guys the link real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and just get right into the training. All right, I'm going to delete some of these questions. Yes. You can post ads every day. Okay, let's see. Can you show me? I'm just going to sort through these questions and we'll get right into it. Post my blog. I'll have to hear some. Yeah, the DIN leads, so that's a little bit different ballgame, Brad. I mean, those people are looking for jobs, so it's not as good of quality. They don't really actually personally know you. But what I was talking about was leads that know you. It's amazing. But even if they don't know you, you still want to call them for sure. If they leave a number, of course. Okay, so let's get right into it. Today I want to cover Craigslist. Now I'm not going to actually post like I normally do because it takes a little bit too long and it takes pretty much the whole time. So what I want to do is just explain the process and some of the pitfalls you guys have been running into. Because we've already done a Craigslist from start to finish, Craigslist ad. If you just want to watch me post a Craigslist ad, I did a training the other day, and I have a link to that right here. That takes you step A to Z on posting an ad, creating your account. I mean, there's nothing different about that. That's all the same. You never change that process. The creation of the account and all that stuff, all that is never going to change. It's the same. You have to have a phone verified account. You have to have an account in the city that you're signing up in. The phone number needs to match the city. I mean, it doesn't always have to match, but it's definitely a good thing. Okay, and that's pretty much that. So we'll get into some of the issues people are having so that you can feel confident in posting your ad. Okay, so one of the first things I want to talk about is you want to start with your local ads. Okay, we talk about that in the very beginning. Now, why would we do this? Why would we start with local? Well, just to get things running. Okay, just to get an ad up, just to go through the process of posting. Okay, that's some of the biggest issues people have is they try to get all these tools. They get the IP changer, they get the Craigslist ad tracker, they get the paid versions of everything. They go out there and then they just go crazy and they try to post 5 ads in one day with one IP address, and they just go crazy and they're like trying to do too much at one time. They're trying to go buy phone verified accounts. They don't even understand how the phone verification works yet, but they're going out there and they're buying phone verified accounts. Okay, you don't want to do any of that. You want to post before you even think about an IP changer or a phone verified account, buying one, you need to post an ad first. Okay, so that's your homework today. Post an ad today. Okay, in your local city, your IP address, your phone number. Okay, post an ad. Okay. Now, image ads, we talked about image ads. Now, here's the reason I like image ads, because one of the biggest things people, run into when they're getting ghosted is the fact that it's duplicate content. So you know how everyone says, hey, here's the ad, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Everybody's trying to tell you to copy and paste the ad, and everybody's trying to do that, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, my ad's getting ghosted. Why is that? Well, Craigslist is smart. If they see the same ad getting posted a couple times, even like 2 or 3 times, if they see an ad getting posted multiple times, the exact words, they'll ghost it. They'll put it up, but they'll ghost it. They won't show it. It's duplicate. Okay? The reason I love image ads is because you can avoid that. In image, they can't read what's on the image. All they can read is the image link. So if the image link shows up 10 times, they'll ghost it. Does that make sense to everybody? I want to make sure we're all on the same page. If anything shows up to Craigslist multiple times, they will not put the ad up. And I want you to really understand that. Why do you think people stopped giving sample ads? When, you know, like you're like, oh, I want a sample ad. I want to know what I need to post on Craigslist. Well, the reason they stopped doing that is because people were copying and pasting the ads and getting ghosted and getting frustrated. So now they're making you get creative and create your own ads. But what I love about image ads is we can give you ads to use. You just have to get an image of it, which is really, really cool. All right, another issue, masking your website link. That's another thing. If you post your website on one ad and then you post your website on another ad, what does that show Craigslist? Again, it's the duplicate stuff. You have the same link in multiple ads. It's gonna ghost you. So if you just, one of the biggest epiphanies I had on Craigslist marketing was duplicate content. Anytime anything is the same multiple times, it's a bad thing on Craigslist. Okay, so I want in the job section. I mean, in other sections, it doesn't really much. It's the same. Anything, title, description. I mean, the title is not too important, but anytime is the same, it is a problem. So we're going to show you how to get across all that stuff. So I just want you to understand the philosophies here. And then once you've exceeded your limit on your local ads, or you get shut down, or your phone number is blocked, or even your credit card number is blocked. I've actually had that. So if you do a paid ad and you get flagged, your credit card is blocked. Okay, so credit card blocked when your account is blocked. Phone is blocked. You give up. You know, a lot of people do. But here's what I want to show you guys. Anyone in here have not generated a lead yet? So let's say you're at 0 opt-in lead. You have an autoresponder, so that if you don't have an autoresponder, then that's your first thing you need. Okay, if you have 0 leads right now, let me know. I won't yell your name out, but I just for my purposes here. Anyone have 0 leads right now? Okay, let's see. Less than 10, okay. You need fresh ones, okay. And it's okay, okay? It's okay if you have 0 leads, okay? I'm not bashing you or anything. I just wanted to know. And here's the reason why people have 0 leads, because they don't do the right marketing. You know, they don't do the right marketing. I'm just saying leads in general. And the funny thing is, Craigslist is probably, anyone in here that does post Craigslist ads, do you agree that it is probably the easiest way to generate a lot of leads out of anything out there? Would you guys agree? I mean, there's a lot of way to generate leads. Like Facebook, you can get instant leads by just, you know, talking to people. Blogging, you can get leads eventually. Like I had 18 leads yesterday just from my personal blog, right? But I'm going to tell you guys right now, Craigslist, I mean, no matter how much you want to bash it, or, oh, it's job seeker leads, oh, it's this or it's that, no matter how much you want to bash it, it is the easiest way to generate your first lead than anything I have ever seen. So that's why I wanted to throw this out there, that if you are struggling with leads right now, do a Craigslist ad, do a paid ad on Craigslist, even better. You know, if you can do paid ads on Craigslist, who here would want 100 leads overnight? You know what I'm saying? That's the reality, guys. If you do a paid ad on Craigslist, you will have 100 leads in a day. Serious. Okay. Brian says we get 5 to 20 leads a day from Craigslist, and that's with free ads, guys. They do free ads every day, and they get 5 to 20 leads a day on Craigslist. If you do paid ads, I mean, but here's the thing, and I want to get into this real quick. With Craigslist, paid ads are only good as long as your credit card is good. Okay, so the second you get flagged, your credit card's gone. Then you got to use another card, and then you got to use another card, and then once you run out of cards, you're pretty much done with paid ads. So that's one problem. There has been a workaround, which I will cover today if we have time, but I wanted to just let you guys know about that. Do you have a paid ad idea? Will not paste. Yeah, I'll get into writing some ads. Buy a pizza from Walgreens. Yeah, there's a couple ways you can do it, Holly. I think the American Express cards from Walmart work. So I just want you to kind of keep that in mind. You have 3 free ads for the end and haven't had one sign up. Okay, and I want you guys to keep this in mind. You don't want to go for sign-ups. So this is one of the other bad things you want to get rid of. Never go for sign-ups. Go for leads. Okay? Go for leads, 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 and then follow up with leads. Sign-ups will just come in that process. Okay? So if you have 0 sign-ups, but you have 0 leads, then you know that's why. If you have 1 million leads and 0 sign-ups, then there's a problem in the follow-up. Does that make sense? It's never about the sign-ups. It's either about the leads and the follow-up with the leads. So you go for leads first, and then you go for the follow-up with the leads. And then the sign-ups will just come as you get better at following up. So I wanted to throw that out there. How do I get leads for EN? You have to lead with your capture page to get leads. Okay? You gotta send them to a capture page that asks for their email and phone number. So not a video, not anything like that. It has to be an email submit. Okay, cool. So you should be getting leads then if they're seeing the video and your ads are not ghosted. So that's another thing. Your ads can't be ghosted. And here I'm going to show you. Let's get right into it today. I'm going to go through some of these questions and see if there's anything. Frank says, I was banned from Craigslist about 3 years ago and never retried since. Okay. If you're banned from Craigslist, anyone else here in the same boat? Anyone just banned from Craigslist? Okay, we're gonna cover that. If you're banned from Craigslist and you still want to post on Craigslist, let's see. Brian and Felicia say, we post ads every day but have to go to a Wi-Fi spot to do it. because they're blocking my IP. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, so yeah, if you are banned from Craigslist, this is the solution. You either need to go to a Wi-Fi spot, like Brian and Felipe, make it look like you are in a different city. And I use the HMA Pro VPN service. And it's connecting automatically. Oops. If I cut out, that's why. No, I don't want to connect. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure this is all good. But yeah, I use a Pro VPN service. And what this does is it allows me to be in any city that I want to be in and post in any city that I want to post in. So this is advanced. It's about $14 a month. So if you were banned from Craigslist and you still want to generate leads on Craigslist, your solution is a different IP address. So that's one of the biggest issues people will have. So I want you just to know you need a different IP address. Now, if you're in a different IP address, you also need a new phone number from that IP address. So just find out what area code you want to go to, right? So if you want to go to Arizona, then you would say in Google, Arizona area code. Find the area code, and then you will need a phone number to verify your Craigslist account. Ideally, get one in that area code. So I use pvaspot.com. Okay? pvaspot.com for my phone numbers. And what these do is they forward to your phone number. They forward to your phone number. So you can actually, and it's all based on voice. So it doesn't do it through text. So when you're verifying your Craigslist account, you put the number that this service gives you, and then it'll throw it, it'll call you, and then it'll go to your cell phone, and then it'll go to them, or go to you, and then you just put the number in and verify. So I would suggest, if you plan on posting outside of your city, or if you plan on doing multiple postings a day, you need to be able to change your IP address, and you need to be able to get phone verified accounts in those cities. But like I said, the homework today is not to go crazy, but I did want to answer that question. What if I get blocked? How do I get unblocked? It'll cost you a little bit of money, but trust me, like I said, Craigslist pays you a lot more money than you will ever lose on buying those tools. And they're super, super easy. So that's the two tools you need to be back up and running. You need an HMA service, Pro VPN, and you need a phone verified account. I do have some questions in here. We need a different Craigslist account for each ad you place through HMA. I don't think you do, Brian, but if you're posting in different cities, you may want to consider opening multiple accounts and then just clearing your cookies and cache and everything between each posting, because then it'll look like this IP is posting from this account with this phone verified account, and then you're doing a whole new account with a whole new ad, and then you're doing a whole new account and a whole new ad. So you're literally, if you bought 5 phone verified accounts and you created 5 different accounts in 5 different cities, and each posting you logged out, cleared everything, logged back in a new city and posted, it would be like you're posting 5 ads per day. And into Craigslist, you're only posting 1 ad per day. Does that make sense? So that's a little tiny secret there. Now, if you're getting away with posting 2 or 3 ads, Brian, with 1 account, you can probably get away with it on all your accounts. So maybe just rotate, you know, buy 5 Craigslist or get 5 Craigslist accounts set up, right? And then post 2 ads with 1 and post another 2 with the other the next day, and then the next day post another 2 or 3 with the other account, and then just kind of rotate through your accounts until one gets burned out or one gets deleted. So that's an advanced method, but I did want to throw that out there because there are some people who post every day. All right, a few of us could share the PVA service. Actually, you couldn't, because the PVA service is a phone verified account that forwards to 1 number. And you can only have 1 Craigslist account tied to 1 number. So, I mean, you can buy multiple numbers and share them with people, and you can all go buy, you know, 5 numbers and share it with 5 different people if you want, but that's up to you. All right, so what does a PVA spot cost? I think they're about $10 a number, John. You need to upload an image to a free image hosting URL. Okay, I'll cover that in a second here. Holly, I don't actually know the limit. People who are posting multiple ads can tell me their limit, you know, but like Brian, you're posting 2 or 3 in 1 account, right? I just want to kind of see how you're doing that. Okay. All right, so let me go back through some of these questions real quick, and then we'll move on to the next subject. So what do I, since I'm done, okay, got that one. You do 2 per day. Okay, John Miller. Okay, you're posting 2 per day. Now, do you know if they're ghosted or if they're showing up, John? Or do you just posting them and thinking that they're showing up? Let me show you one way to find out if they're showing up. You actually have to go as if you were a prospect. You actually have to log out of your account and go to the exact section that you're posting and look for your ad manually. You can't just rely on the back office, because the back office will tell you what's up, but if it is not showing up when you go through the motions as a prospect, it will not be up. It's ghosted. So you need to make sure you are manually checking, logged out of your account, going to the sections that you posted in, and checking to see if your ad is up. That's how you can tell if it's ghosted or not. So make sure that's one little solution there. So I'm glad you asked that question. Just started Craigslist posting yesterday. Okay, we post ads every day. Okay, can you show me how to change issues? Current one. Okay. Okay, so is anyone having any success in the small business section at all? I know you can post in the small business section. It's free, but there's a lot of competition there. So I have more success in the job section. Okay, I have more success in the job section. Now, if you're in a paid city and your credit card's not working like mine, Technically, you can go in the resume section too. This is another area that I didn't really think was there, but Paul Hutchings showed this to me, and it's right here, resumes. You can post your ads in the resume section too. So I want you to keep that in mind. All right. Small business sourcing, yeah, exactly. So yeah, don't post in the small business unless you want to get flagged. All right, so hopefully that helps. But yeah, I would definitely post in the job section or the resume section for sure. Looking for other sections, okay. I'd love to hear some of your phone, okay. How can you tell if it is ghosted? That's how you can tell, Rachel. You go look for your ad as if you were a prospect looking for your ad in the exact section that you posted. If it does not show up, you are ghosted. Okay? Okay, prepaid, okay, less than 10. Okay, I'm going through some of these questions and then I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna kind of go in a good direction here with how to get you guys going here. Do you have any other prepaid ideas? Okay. I have 3 ads. Okay, so John asked, what are the IP changing tools that I referenced? It's the hide my apps.com or something like that. It's the HMA. So that's the service I use. I use the Pro VPN. Okay? And it's about $11 a month, or $50 for 6 months, or $78 for a year. Up to you. Or you could just go driving around to Wi-Fi spots like Brian and Felicia do, which actually gives you a reason to leave the house too, right? All right, good questions, guys. Do you have an example of a capture page we can use with them? Yes, I use the Daily Income Network capture pages, but you can also use your 124. It doesn't matter what capture page you're using. You just go and do it, you know. But I use just a basic page like this. Okay, that's it. Let's see, we post ads every day. Okay. What is the best time to post ads on Craigslist? Good question. The best time to post ads on Craigslist is probably the morning or right after the evening starts. So like morning, like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. and then maybe in the afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. is usually a good time to post. Anyone else have any experience with that? So that's a good question for sure. Talia says a different IP. No, it's not based on your computer IP. It's based on your internet IP address. So I want you to be clear on that. A few of us could share the PBA. Okay. Do we need to upload? Okay, good question here. This kind of brings me to a subject I wanted to talk about. Here's some tools you absolutely need. Okay. You can avoid these tools if you want, but you're going to come right back to it eventually. Because this little service right here, Craigslist Ad Tracker, is going to save you a lot of time and hassle on your ghosting issues. Just click link tracking It's a free service. You don't even have to sign up for an account. Or if you do sign up for an account, you don't have to pay for it. This is what's cool. Whatever you put here and here get masked. So let me see. I'm going to double check if it masks the image, but let me show you real quick. Well, let's go get an image. Let's just say 124. I'll just go find an image real quick just to show you on the internet. View image. So let's say you upload an image somewhere. PhotoBucket, your hosting, your blog. It doesn't matter where you upload an image. Okay. It gives you a unique link. Okay. When you put that link into here, actually into just so you guys understand, with the way that Craigslist Ad Tracker works, you can put link text or an image code here. Now that's probably the most confusing part people have, is they're like, well, what's the link, what's the image code? Because you have to know code to put an image there. But we'll come back to that just in a second. But your destination URL, you don't have to go buy a domain or a forwarded domain or nothing, because this will actually mask your domain. So that leads me to a very, very important question here. How do I make my stuff unique? Well, this destination URL box in Craigslist Ad Tracker makes your links unique. So if you can put a replicated website here, something that 1 million people use, and it'll be unique. So that's what I like about it. So it doesn't matter what you put here. You don't have to mask it. It doesn't have to be a new link. It doesn't have to be a shortened link. Just put a URL there. Now, as far as image code, I'm going to show you guys how to be self-sufficient here. Image code in Google. Okay? You pick the first result, and image code link no border. There's a whole bunch of image codes here, and it's kind of long codes, but I do want you to understand how this works, okay? So real quick. So even if you just took this entire code, okay, hold on, sorry. Image code, no border. And you just put this in your little notepad here. Okay? So you just put that code in your notepad. This technically, just so you understand, this code right here technically can be your entire Craigslist ad. You can avoid Craigslist Ad Tracker all in general just by Googling image code and getting the first result. And this can be your Craigslist ad. But because I don't want you to do that, I want you to be able to mask things and do it very, very easy. You just have to find the image source. So really right here, this little image source line right here, and it ends right there. That's your image code. Okay? This first part, that's the link, like the website. So if you wanted to actually come in here and just edit this website and put your website, and then you wanted to edit this image link right here. So just look for JPEG and edit that JPEG. That could be your entire Craigslist ad, which I think is pretty cool in and itself. But so basically all you're doing, you're looking for a website, put your website, and then the next thing you're looking for is a JPEG, and you put your JPEG. So I mean, there's really a lot of stuff that you can do with just Google. But you can go through and look for other image codes and stuff like that. But I'm going to give you guys the code just to make it easy on you. Okay. Image URL And I'm even going to take out all the stuff that you don't need. Because sometimes they put extra stuff in here that you actually don't even need. So I'm going to make it super simple for you. There you go. That's your image code right there. Write it down, put it in a notepad, because you're not going to want to forget this code, because this is going to save your life on Craigslist, because all you have to do is copy that code, plug it in right here, okay, and then put this little URL to your image. So wherever you uploaded your image, right where I said put your image code in, image URL right there. So that's what it looks like. That's your link, text, or image code. Now, why do I like Craigslist Ad Tracker so much? It's not just because of tracking. It's because of the masking and stuff like that. So you can easily just put an image code, you can put a website URL, click generate code, and it gives you the codes that you put in your ad. Now, that's what I love about this service. So any questions on that before I move on here? Okay, cool. So let's see if there's any other issues people are having. One ad per account. I do one ad account, but that's up to you. Okay, Brian and Felicia say, I do 4 a day from one account. Okay, nice. That's nice to know. So you can get away with, 4 or 5 a day possibly with each account. So let's say you have 5 accounts. You can be posting 4 a day on each account. But you'll have to have, an IP changer, of course, and a few phone verified accounts. So what section of Craigslist has the best results? I would say the business or the job section. And here's a little tiny tip. Man, we're going through a lot of tips. Okay, so the customer service, business, and management. Customer service is not the greatest quality, because a lot of those people are, just looking for, copy-paste stuff, or just customers. They're used to customer service. They're not used to business. So I try to stick in like business and management, real estate, and sales and biz. Okay. There's a couple things in here like technical support. None of that stuff is good. Okay. Security, no. Spa, fitness, no. Retail is decent, but real estate professionals usually understand commissions. Sales and biz people understand production, commissions, right? Business management, it's not as much commission side, but that's something that they understand. Okay, they understand business. So when you talk to them and say, hey, you looking for a home business? They're like, yeah, whatever. Accounting and finance, that could be something. I've never posted there, but that could be an idea. So let's rephrase that question. What are the best sections to post? I would say business. So write this stuff down if you're taking notes. Business, sales, and real estate are probably your best bet to getting results from Craigslist as far as 124 or a network marketing business goes. Okay, and the reason I say real estate, Cat, is because those people understand production, commissions, making money from home, owning their own business. Does that make sense? Better than anyone else in this list. So that's why I like that section. Do not do web or info design, because these, I mean, you might think that that's a good one, but for some reason it's not. Okay, resumes is another good place if you want to post there. So those are the sections I would pick. And I'm going to write this down because, you know, we're actually doing some training on this later as well, like a more formalized training. Resumes. Any other questions on that section? We have sales, date, and what was the other one? Business management. Now the other one is customer service. If you're promoting something like, if you're promoting something like DIN, pretty much all of them would work, you know. But I'm just trying to give you the best quality. Okay. Now here's a good question. Do you have to pay for each category or each section? The answer is no. I mean, the only section you'll ever have to pay for is the job section in big cities. Okay, so if you're in big, huge cities, that's the only place you have to pay in the job section. If you're in small cities like your own local cities, stuff like that, don't worry about it. All right, buy a paid Visa. Okay, now you can clear cookies. Okay, John needs to know how to clear cookies. If you're in Firefox, it's super easy. You just click on Firefox, Preferences, Privacy, clear your recent history. And then just check the box. Check cookies, cache, all that stuff, and click Clear Now. So it's just in your settings, in your privacy settings in Firefox. If you're in Safari, it's a little bit easier. You just click on File, or File, Empty Cache, or Preferences, Privacy, remove website data now. You see what I'm saying? It's not very hard. It's just in the preferences and the privacy and the settings. You know, just look for something, whatever browser you're using. So CC Cleaner also works for sure. Is flag and ghosted the same thing? No, flag and ghosted are different things. So if you're flagged, that means someone blatantly said your post is a scam. If you're ghosted, that just means Craig, you just had some duplicate content or something Craigslist didn't want to show your ad for some reason. Susan asked, what did you say about getting flagged if you're posting the small business section? Brian was just saying, anytime you post in the small business section, a lot of people that are just blatantly flagging people, they go there first to check out, and they look for ads that stand out. So I want to talk about that here in a second too. You post an ad in the paper and whatnot. Yes, you can post ads in the paper for sure. Jerry, it doesn't matter what computer you're on. It's based on your internet IP address. So that's a common mistake. Okay, do you have to host an image on multiple ads on the same free web host, like WordPress, or keep changing? You can post, I mean, I would suggest you post a different image for each ad every time, just to kind of make sure you're getting a unique image on there, okay? So let me show you real quick. Let's get right into some of the stuff. I have a few minutes left, about 15 minutes left, that I want to cover some in detail stuff that we didn't cover yet. Your image ad. Okay, let's go to, let me show you how to get an image ad. Some people, I like to make my ads look as real as humanly possible. Okay, there's some people like Brian and stuff, they do some cool image ads and stuff like that. But I personally, I do it as real as humanly possible. I like to have my image ads real, and I'm going to look for one that he posted in here just to kind of show you. Now, don't go to these ads and flag them, please. I've actually had that happen before. I've done a webinar, and people will go flag the ads that I'm on. So hopefully, we don't have anybody like that in here, but okay, but it was deleted. Okay, that one's deleted. Okay, I'm just looking for the one Brian posted, or I think it was Paul. Maybe it's at the top. But I want to show you how to get an image ad, a unique image ad, super, super easy. And here's some of the tools that you're going to need. Very, very important tools. And I don't know if I see it. Man, there's a lot of activity in this group, huh? But, okay, we're going to get there. But just a couple quick pointers. I use Jing Project, and I also use Screencast. So I set up a free Screencast account, and I use Jing Project to do my screen captures. I'm going to show you why I do that here in just a second. It's got to be here. I mean, I just saw it. Okay, here we go. Found it. Okay, so what he's doing is he's deleting his stuff before it gets flagged, which is probably smart. Okay, that one isn't flagged. Okay. Okay, here we go. As you can see, he has like some fancy images and stuff like that right there. You can do it that way if you'd like, but what I actually like to do, and here's why I like to do it this way, I like to make it look as real as possible so that it avoids flaggers. And the mindset of Craigslist anyway, just so you guys understand, the mindset of Craigslist is they're just looking for a job a lot of the time, so they will click on every single ad regardless of what it says. They'll just click, 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 and go through all of them. So as long as it looks real, you don't have to be fancy with your titles and fancy with everything, okay? Don't worry about too much about being fancy. Just look like a real ad, because the more real you look, the less chances of it getting flagged. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if I were a flagger, and I want you to kind of get this mindset, if you were a flagger, if you were someone that was hired to go through Craigslist ads and flag the ones that are home business, if that was your job, what would be the first ones you look for? How would you find them? Would you go through each and every single ad? If you were hired to do this, would you go through 1 million ads that are on Craigslist and and go through every single one every day? Or what would you do to flag a home-based business person? What would you look for first? Have that mindset in your mind. Okay, what are those little flaggers looking for? They're looking for like this. They're looking for stars. They're looking for special characters. Okay? They're looking for things that stand out so they can flag it. So if you have that mindset, just don't do that. Just do what the flag, like, and your ad will last longer. Because who here would rather have an ad that stays up for a few days versus getting flagged in 2 hours? Because even if it stays up for 2 days, you should be good. But here is a little tip, and another tip. Delete your ads after 2 days. Because most of your traffic is going to come from 2 days out. So you don't want to really risk your account getting flagged because it's still up. Okay? So you can, after about 1 or 2 days of full days of your ad being up, go in and delete it. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, go ahead and delete it or take it down, or just log into your account and take it down, because you don't want your account getting flagged and not being able to log into it just because of one lingering ad out there. Okay? So go delete your ads that you don't want, and no one can flag an ad that's deleted. So that's just a quick little tip. Now that's probably why you notice Paul Hutchings deletes his ads, right? So I just want you to keep that in mind. Delete your ads after 2 days. Use Jing each ad you post. Another super huge tip. You guys are all wondering how you get unique links, right? It's called the magic of Jing. Okay? Download it for free. Okay? This will give you a unique link every single time you post an ad. So does anyone have a very good ad? Like a good copy? Anyone have some good copy that's just really good and compelling? Post it in the chat area. Anything that has worked really, really well for you, maybe a really nice looking, compelling ad that you want to share with the group here. Let me see. Does anyone know where those sample ads were? I remember Free Cash Machine had some, but I want to get right here. I think this had some sample ads that are pretty decent. And I want you to understand that you don't actually have to worry about what the ad says anymore, because you can post whatever ad you want. Whatever ad is just so good, so compelling, so readable, or whatever, you can post that. So for right here, just for example, if you really like this ad, you can throw that in Word. So do everything in Word, Microsoft Word, okay? This is the easiest place. Okay? Post your ad. Put some spaces in between the lines or whatnot. Okay? Click here to apply or whatnot. Okay, if I really love this ad, okay, here's how you get a unique ad every single time. Every single time you post an ad is a unique ad in 10 seconds. You guys ready? Who wants a unique ad in 10 seconds? Basically, first I'm going to make this a different color because you want it to be link color and maybe even underline it. Okay, so it looks like a link. It doesn't have to be a link. But here's the magic of a new ad in 10 seconds. It's called Jing. You download it for free. You click capture. You highlight this unique ad that you love. And you click capture an image. And then you click share via screencast.com. And it uploads instantly. And bam, you click view on screencast. You click the link, and this big, huge, long link up at the top is your URL. It's a unique URL every single time that you post it. And you can just come back over to your Craigslist ad tracker or whatnot. Or you don't even need Craigslist ad tracker if you don't really want it, but I don't know why you wouldn't want to track your ads. Post that in your image code, click generate code, and now you've got 100% unique ad that will not get ghosted as far as duplicate content goes. Because this link is masked, this link is masked, so the only thing in Craigslist eyes is this website is 100, or this ad is 100% unique. So is everybody following me so far how to get past this duplicate stuff? All right, you need a couple tools. So let's recap. You need Jing. Okay, just go get it. Learn how to use it. Capture unique images every single time. You don't have to write text ads. Okay? You do not have to write text ads. You can write the text ad, but then just do a screen capture of it. You'll never have, do you know what's cool about this technique? You'll never have to rewrite the ad. You can just use the same ad over and over and over and over and over. You just do a new Jing capture. Okay, you need Jing. You need Craigslist Ad Tracker, which will mask your links. So now, you just do those two steps. You have a 100% unique ad. There you have it. You just do those two steps. You have a 100% unique ad with Craigslist Ad Tracker and Jing. And post in your local city 3 or 4 ads, maybe 2 ads. Don't go crazy. Couple ads. And then go on from there. And then if you want to expand outside of your city or do paid ads, get 100 leads instantly, okay? You want to start getting hundreds of leads, then you start doing paid ads in cities where they're big cities. And just a quick tip on that is if you want to do a paid ad, you need an IP changer, which is the HMA service I talked about, and for phone verified accounts from pvaspot.com. Okay, you'll need those 2 things if you want to post paid ads outside of your city, and if you want to post anything outside of your city, period, even if it's a free ad. And that's pretty much Craigslist. I mean, I went way in depth on all the little issues. Let me just, is there any other issues people are having? I mean, Do you guys agree that that will pretty much solve pretty much any issue that you've had if you just followed and just used some of these tools? it is pretty easy. Do you ever post in marketing? I haven't tried Is there a marketing? I didn't know there was a marketing category. Are the leads better quality in paid cities? Technically, they're not better quality. There's just abundantly more leads. That's why they charge. I would say cities with bigger, or I don't know, of a higher economic level have more money though. So, for example, California might have more money than Kansas City or something, or New York. So just depending on where you're posting. So just keep that in mind. Here's a good link with instructions on how to clear your cookies. Thank you, Rad. Here, John, are you still on the webinar? If you are, here's a link. Click that link right now and then bookmark it. That'll help you out. Can you repost if it's ghosted? Yes, you can just delete it and repost it. Thank you once. You mentioned Safari for Craigslist. Okay, someone asked, why do I use Safari for Craigslist? It's not because I'm using Safari for Craigslist. I'm just using it because I don't use it for anything else. So it's easy for me to clear the cookies and things like that. I don't do a lot of stuff on it. So that's the only reason. There's really no reason. Okay, it's just I like it because I never use it. Okay, I have access to the paid internet, Comcast, and free Wi-Fi. Cool. I think that will. Just check it. Check yourself, Kat. Just go to whatismyip.com, and that'll tell you if it's different IP or not. Can you run the same ad again after you delete it? Yes, you can, but you might as well make it 100% unique. Does that make sense, Holly? Just do a recapture, and then put it through Craigslist Ad Tracker again, and it's 100% unique. I mean, you never even have to worry about it. It's the same ad, it's just a different ad, if that makes sense. Where do you find Craigslist Ad Tracker on their site? It's under link tracking. So link tracking, Russ. Great tips, love it. All right. How about if we want to renew our ads after 48 hours? As you said, we have to delete after 2 days. You can renew them for sure. That's another strategy. I'm just saying delete them because I don't want to get them flagged. But if you maybe renew it and then delete it, that could work. Tips on not getting flagged by competitors. Tip on not getting flagged by competitors. Thank you, Susan, for asking this. Make your ad look as real as humanly possible. So basically, make it look like a job ad. Like this might not look so much like a job ad. So maybe just go through and look at other job ads and make it look like a job ad. Okay, and then make the subject line just based on whatever category you're in. So if you're in the real estate, you can say real estate alternative or something like that, or real estate pros, or we're looking for real estate pros. Real estate pros. Doesn't matter if you're posting a real estate job or not, you're just looking for real estate pros. You know, just make it super simple. Okay, don't make money today. Don't make, you know, $3,000 a day, you know, type of thing. That's the easiest way to get flagged because people are looking for that. Just keep it congruent. So if you're in the sales section, sales pros wanted, or sales position part-time, even if it's not part-time, just say part-time. Okay, or even say full-time. It doesn't even matter what you're looking for that day, technically. The more niche you are, the better. So just make the subject line plain and simple, make the body an image ad of a plain and simple ad, and you're golden. You probably won't get flagged, but there's no guarantees in life, but that's some tips on not getting flagged. I think you once mentioned can someone post an ad in a big city without HMA or a PBA spot if they are not blocked? The answer is no. If you do not live in that city and you do not have an IP address in that city, you should not be posting in that city. So if you live in LA, by all means, you can post paid ads. You don't need any IP changing software. You don't need any PBA spot or nothing. You have a phone number there. But the bottom line is you should not be posting in cities that your IP address is not in. Craigslist has tracking on that. Probably the #1 way people get ghosted or their ads don't go up. Now, I have admittedly gotten Craigslist ads to go up in cities that I wasn't living in, paid ads before. I have got it to work, but it's a rare occasion. I mean, they're getting better and better, but that was like a year ago, okay? I don't know if it still works now. It's just better if you just don't pull out that can of worms. Just post in your local city, and then if you want to explore outside the local city, you have to pay the money. You've got to get an IP changer or drive to that city. Drive to that city and go to Starbucks and post an ad. If I want to post in Vegas, I need to drive to Vegas and post an ad at Starbucks. That's kind of what I would do. You can make a road trip. You can be like, all right, I'm going to go to all 50 cities, or I'm going to go to 50 different cities in the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to post an ad from Starbucks. And I'm not going to sleep the entire time, so I'm going to just drive and just drink Starbucks the entire time. Just drive to the next Starbucks. Maybe make a road trip and drive to every Starbucks in the United States. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? You'd be wired, wouldn't you? All right, cool. Exactly. All right. Okay, I think we're going to call it a wrap here. I'm just going to kind of briefly go through some of these and see if there's anything important here. Will the VirtualBox help if we want to post multiple ads? Not really sure what VirtualBox is. Major towns, area code. Yeah, you can probably post to that, Cat. At least try. Yeah, it's all good, Don. I will have a formal training on this for you guys, just so you know. I just wanted to do this Q&A real quick. How do you sort leads once you come in from Craigslist? I don't really sort them. I just kind of, if I have a phone number, I'll call them. If you live in a small city, yes, you can post in cities around you. That usually goes through. You need an IP and phone verified area code with a city, or just an IP of that city, or just an IP address. Well, it gives you all that stuff automatically in the HMA service. You just choose whatever city you're in. It'll give you an IP automatically, so you don't have to worry about what it is. It's just that's all an IP is. All right, there's one tip here Jerry's given me. We'll end with this. There's actually a couple things here. Talia says if you have relatives, you can post from them. If you use like a, and that's another thing and we didn't cover today, you can log into someone else's computer in another city, like with LogMeIn or TeamViewer, and you can post an ad from their IP address. So that is something, another workaround. If you know people in other cities, you can use TeamViewer or LogMeIn or something, log into their computer and post an ad from there. All right, yeah, that works, Kat. Okay, here's a final tip that Jerry's given us. Says, got a tip from a pro, and we'll end with this, okay? We got a tip from a pro. It makes you almost 100% ghost and flag proof. I'm going to actually copy this just so we can read it together. I don't even know what it says, but we will read it together. Make it easier to read on me anyway. All right, so here's a great tip I got from a pro. It makes you almost 100% ghost and flag proof. When people click on your ad, it takes them to an application page. Set it up in a web form. The application asks for their info and background. It mentions this is the only way to apply and that someone from our company will contact them within 24 to 48 hours. I'll be glad to do a screenshot and send it to anybody who wants it. Okay, cool. Yeah, send me a screenshot for sure, Jerry. But yeah, so what he's basically saying is you can create a website with just a web form on it. So, for example, and we'll end, like I said, we'll end on that last note there. In Aweber, GetResponse, or even GVO, you can create web forms, you know, with your autoresponder, and create a web form and just ask for that information, kind of like an opt-in, and then put it up on a website, and that's pretty much it, and collect the information. So it's kind of like pre-screening them before they even get into the information, so people can't even tell it's a job or non-job ad unless they actually go through the information. So yeah, that's definitely a great tip. We'll do some training on that, how to do that. What kind of questions should we ask in the forum? Yeah, Jerry, send me over that screenshot. I'll share it with people for sure. But yeah, we can do a training on that for sure, just that tactics alone. That's a little bit more advanced tactic because you've got to create a website, which a lot of people don't know how to do. So we can do a quick little side training on how to actually pull that off. But with that said, hopefully you got some value today. Did anyone learn at least a tip today? Who got at least one thing out of today's webinar? Yes, all right, cool, great stuff, awesome. All right, lots of yeses. All right. Cool. Well, go out there, get it done. Let me know when you get it done, and we will see you on tomorrow's mastermind. Have an awesome day, everyone.
The organizer has ended the session, and this call